Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I've literally just picked up the camera and I'm going to film a get ready with me because I haven't done this I think for like maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and I was just in the mood and I haven't filmed a YouTube video for like a month, maybe a month and a half, or maybe, oh no, it was in December, so maybe about mid-December. So I'm going to do my makeup and get ready because I am going to, where am I going with Ross? I'm going to Blue Water, and I think we're going to get some dinner and have some time together because Ross has actually been working away this week and we've had quite a lot of work going on in our house. So life's been a bit busy recently, and I can't lie, I'm kind of have really been enjoying it. I've really been enjoying the process of it all, but also I'm so excited to have like just a normal routine again and just get the house back tidy again. And yeah, so it's probably worth saying actually, if you I don't think I've mentioned it on YouTube, but I have mentioned it, obviously I've mentioned it on Instagram. So basically we are going through some renovations at the moment to our house. So we have bought, just to basically give you a little bit of background. So basically we bought our house in July 2022. We moved into our first house in 2018, so we'd lived there for 4 years, and we were planning to do an extension, but it didn't really financially make a whole lot of sense for us to do an extension on the house we lived in. Even though we loved where we lived, I still love that area so much. And we had a lovely garden and it was just, we had the best neighbours and we just basically just loved living there. By the way, I've used a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette which I got in, and I got it in my advent calendar actually. So we basically bought this house for the shell that it is, so we definitely could see a lot of potential in the house, and yeah, it's the actual frame of it and the size of it and everything like that we absolutely love, but obviously there's certain things that we want to change, which we knew we was going to do anyway, but there's certain things that we want to change to make sure this house basically is as comfortable and kind of meets the needs of us for quite a long time. So that was kind of the thought process. We knew we would be able to use the loft for a loft conversion, and we also knew we would be able to do our outbuilding, and also we thought as well that we might eventually extend the downstairs. So also, by the way, I'm just using some Cocoa Brown body makeup, which is on Amazon. I got this in the sale in Superdrug, I think for like 50p, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, that's what I'm using. I ended up rebuying it from Amazon. So yeah, so we bought this house with the goal that eventually we would be doing some work to it to make it our own, and me and Ross are really into interior design, and Ross actually really wishes that he had qualified as an architect, because we just absolutely love interiors and the whole process of this. So we basically have always loved watching interior design programs. It's been something that we've had in common for a really long time, and it's just, oh, 1 second. Right, so that is all blended in. I think that's just quite a nice little base, especially because I've got fake tan on at the moment, so it seems to match my fake tan quite well. I'm also now just going to use my concealer. I'm using the Urban Decay Stay Naked one. Oh, do you know what? I've completely done this wrong. I was meant to do the new technique of doing your concealer and contour underneath your foundation. But anyway, right, we're just going to carry on. So we, as I said, we love watching interior design programs. It's something we've been really into. It's like something that we, kind of a bit of a hobby together that we really enjoy. So basically, we obviously had ideas for this house. We knew there's certain things that we would want to be in the house. So for example, downstairs, we really know that we want some kind of open cloakroom boot area. It's just something that we've always really liked the idea of, and like we think, you know, hopefully if we're blessed with a family, then it will fit, you know, it will work really nicely to have like to have a family basically. So yeah, we've been going through the processes of starting things really, which we've basically had a architect out. We have got some plans that are currently being drawn up for the house, which is really exciting because we actually walked around the house with her last week. It was on Monday, and kind of run through all the different things that we really want in a house. And so basically she's going to draw up those plans, and she really liked all of the plans that we come up with. Like all of the ideas we've got very much taken into consideration the fact that we want a house that's really light and really homely and cozy. That's definitely the vibe that we've gone with. So we want lots of areas with natural light and try to be as open as possible and things like that. So that's super exciting. So yeah, we're waiting for the floor plans, and then we have to go through the planning process, which could be like 3 to 4 months, depending obviously if planning gets approved. So we are we're very early on in it, and we're kind of learning as we go because we've never done this before. But it is really exciting to see like what could happen and where it could go. So the other big project that we didn't need planning permission for, because it's within the limits of what you can do without planning permission, and that's actually our outhouse. So I may have mentioned it on previous videos that basically Ross had always planned to build some kind of outbuilding. It was, you know, it was discussed a really long time ago that this was always going to be somewhere in the plan, either in our old house or in a new house. And we found Ross found them actually. Ross found the company that we've actually ended up using. I think he found them, no, I tell you what he did. He knew of them because I think his firm has a depot near theirs. So that's how I think that's how we knew about them. Or it might have been from like a Google search, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So basically, he's known about them for a really long time. And we've been watching them on YouTube. They've got a YouTube channel which we love to watch together, to see like all the different types of outbuildings they do. We've really like got a bit of a strong interest in this now. I've just been using my Mario by Mario, I don't know what this is called. It's called a soft sculpt transforming skin enhancer, and it's basically a cream contour. And I actually really like this. I bought this in Vegas in Sephora, and I would buy it again actually. I do really like it. I had a big clear out of my makeup and gave loads of makeup away, and I had the Charlotte Tilbury contour stick, and I just did not get on with it. It was just absolutely not for me. It just kind of disappeared into nothing, and I like a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products, but that I just didn't, you know, there was a lot of hype about it and I just didn't really enjoy using it. So anyway, I'll carry on. And I've never done this before. This is completely on a whim. So yeah, so basically we had this idea of what we wanted, and we'd had conversations with the company a long time before we moved into this house, even before we found this house. Oh no, actually, we went there the day that we exchanged on this house, so we knew we was definitely moving in, so we had an idea of the garden and that kind of stuff. That's actually what happened, because we had a couple of house sales, so you may remember a couple of them fell through. What am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? I'm going to put a little bit more concealer on. Gotta try to think of where I am now. So we had all that happen. We had them out. They did a site survey. I think it was maybe like September time last year. I think it was a week before the wedding actually. And they said, yeah, we're all good to go. Like, we can do the garden building. And Ross basically had to design the things that he needed in it, because basically it's going to be holding his fish tanks. So it's got to be able to take that weight basically. And also, if you watched any of my old vlogs, you may have seen that we used to have a couple of lazy spas. And basically, over the course of the last 2.5 years, I'd probably say, we, by the way, I'm just going to put some foundation on. This is my absolute favourite foundation at the moment, and it's the NARS Light Reflecting foundation, and I've got this, I've got the shade Barcelona. I'm just going to literally just touch up a little bit. But this always leaks. I don't know if I've just been a bit unlucky or I've actually damaged the lid, but yeah, it's always a bit messy. So where am I even up to? That was it, we was up to lazy spas. So we had one lazy spa that we bought during the first lockdown, and unfortunately Tiki jumped onto it and her nails got caught in the bit of the material that you couldn't replace. So basically that whole hot tub, we spent so much money and time trying to fix it. We used bicycle repair kits, we used inflation kits, we used so much stuff, and in the end it was just absolutely unsavable. It's just every morning we'd wake up and it'd go back down again. It was just absolutely gutting. So we got rid of that one, and then I think later on, maybe the next year, I bought us one as a surprise, because me and Ross really enjoyed using it. And then that one popped. I think that was the Foxes did that one, so that one went down. And then finally the last one, by this point we had both kind of got to the point we weren't buying anymore, and I was on my hen do, and Ross thought when I got home from my hen do it'd be really nice if we got in the hot tub and like caught up about the hen do and all that kind of stuff. So he treated us to another one, and that also just absolutely got destroyed during the move. It just did not survive at all. So we just decided that we was just gonna wait and treat ourselves to a proper big one. I don't know, oh, it's actually, the brand is called Jacuzzi, but I don't know, like, it's just like a hard shelled normal hot tub. I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. So we always knew that that was going to be figured into the plan as well, because we wanted somewhere a little bit like a tropical retreat where we could go of an evening, or we could watch films and like just have like a little bit of a holiday in our garden. That was always kind of like our intention, because that's what we used to do when we had our lazy spa. We'd always say like it was like our little mini holiday. So yeah, so that's been incorporated into the plans as well. We needed some extra steelwork done to cover the weight of the hot tub because they're so heavy, and also we're actually having to have it craned over our house because we don't have side access. So yeah, that's going to be a really scary day. Also, I wasn't meant to rub that bake off then. What am I even doing? It's because I'm chatting away. So yeah, so we've been going through all that. They started work on our house in, I think it was the 5th of January. I never normally put this much powder on. I don't know what I'm even doing. They started work on the 5th of January, and next week we're finished, which is so exciting because Ross has got so many things that he wants to put down there. It's very much a tribute to his dad, who we lost in January 2021. By the way, I'm using like the TikTok hack of using blusher to move your bake, and I actually love this technique. I'm a really big fan of it actually. And yeah, so it's kind of going to be his place to watch football and to remember his dad, and obviously they both kept fish and it was their hobby together. So it's lovely really, because it's his place to reflect and be with his dad in a way. So I'm really excited for him. He's been wanting this for so many years, and he can finally keep fish that he's always wanted to keep. And yeah, and just I'm excited for him to have this space. So that's all happening, which is so exciting. And yeah, we're definitely nearly there. I'm sorry if this is really overexposed. I probably should have turned. I'm using natural light at the moment. So yeah, it's really come along, and I'm so excited for it to be finished off and all come together. And then also the area, it's kind of like an L shape. The area in front of it is actually going to be leveled off and paved, and we're going to have a garden set and a table there, and we can have our barbecue there. So in the summer months we can be really sociable and have like loads of lovely like events like barbecues and things like that. And maybe if there's like football on as well. Just looking forward to like spending time with like our family and like having our friends over, and yeah, it's just going to be a really lovely space. But also this house kind of gives us the opportunity to do all the things in the house that we would have done to our old house if we would have stayed there, because we've never really felt like we can fully go to the level of like what our style is, because in our last house we were either going to move or we was going to extend it. So even things like changing the carpets, there was just absolutely no point, because we was just going to end up pulling them out. So I feel in this house we can really like make our own touch on it, and it feels like having Paul's place built, it's like the closest we've ever got to like our own style. Right, so I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. I'm loving this palette. Right, I'm back. I had a very short break because my camera actually ran out of battery, and yeah, so I don't know where I was up to. Where was I even up to? I probably should have watched that last clip back. But so we've started obviously all the work, and the work's going to be finished next week, which is so excited. But I thought I'd just like use this as a bit of a catch up, because as I said, I haven't filmed for the longest time. I'm actually going to get a bit more comfortable because I'm not really sitting properly. Okay, that's better. So what else is going on in life? I have been trying to be healthier, because when we went away on holiday for our honeymoon, basically I put on 10 pounds, which is absolutely fine because I had the time of my life, but I actually also can't find my eyeshadow brush that I'm looking for, so I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury one that Ross's mum got me actually for Christmas. I think this is in a set. So I've been trying to lose my holiday weight, which actually has been really difficult. I don't know if just because I'm getting a little bit older now, like I'm actually 30, I'm actually, like I don't look like I'm nearly 30, I'm 13 on New Year's Eve, which I don't know, I know a lot of people have like a bit of a thing about turning 30, which I do understand. As I'm getting nearer to it, I do understand it, because I think the way that I see it is because in myself I still feel quite young. I don't have loads of responsibilities, I don't have any children. For the last couple of years, I've kind of just been doing things that like me and Ross want to do, and going on holidays and stuff like that, so I haven't got tons of responsibility apart from Tiki. I don't know if generally I just feel a little bit younger, maybe a little bit, which isn't the right way of saying it, but maybe just like I've reached this point a little bit later. So there's certain things obviously I haven't done, and things that I have done. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, so I'm excited to turn 30. My nan always says you shouldn't wish your life away. So if like you say in front of my nan that I can't wait, or it's this many days till we go to Florida or whatever, she'll always say stop wishing your life away, stop wishing your life away, which actually I do understand as I'm getting older. And I actually do feel like I'm in, I don't know if it's probably since losing Ross's dad, I have this whole greater appreciation for life in general. By the way, I'm just using my Hoola bronzer as my eyeshadow base. I don't know if I generally just have a little bit of a I don't know, I feel very, very grateful. I feel like I've, since actually a very long time ago, since I read The Secret many years ago when I worked in a job that I wasn't very happy in, and I wasn't in the happiest point of my life, I read this book that someone that I used to work with told me about, and honestly, when I say I feel like it really changed my outlook on life, I honestly think it really, really did. I feel like it made me become a lot more like aware of things, and like to be more grateful for certain things, and I honestly feel like I am extremely grateful for the life that I have. And I'm really grateful for it's going completely off topic, but I'm really grateful for like my family that I have around me. I'm really grateful for my friends, like talking about my friendship group, the friendship group that I have is some of my best friends are from my secondary school, so I grew up with them for like my later teen years, and my other two best friends in my group have been met through them two best friends, and I feel so lucky, and me and Ross often talk about this. I feel so lucky to have like the friendship group I have. Basically I don't know, this is going completely off topic, I'm going to run out of battery again soon, but basically the friendship groups that I have are, I'm so grateful for, and like I love that we're going through these parts of our lives together. And like one of my best friends got married last year, and some of my friends and mums, one of them just bought a house. Like it's just a really, really exciting time. And then my other group, which is like the group I would say is like with my sister, is my other best friends as well, which luckily, and again, feel very grateful, I actually met them through the job that I work. I've met them at work. They don't work with me at all anymore. We used to all kind of work on a similar thing, but we've all kind of done, I mean, I say we've all done different things. They've done different things and I've stayed in the same thing, but they're like my two best friends as well, and like with my sister, and I'm very great. Yeah, I'll just say I'm very, very grateful. So I feel like at this point in my life, turning 30 is exciting. I'm also really excited for like what the next couple of years, like what my 30s will bring. As I said, I'm really, oh, I found the eyeshadow brush I was looking for. I'm really, really hoping, providing, you know, everything's okay, that one day we'll be able to have a family, because I would just absolutely love that. I think I've always wanted to be a mum. Kind of can't really see my future without that, and I hope that it does happen for us. So yeah, I'm excited for, like, obviously my 30s brings motherhood as well. So yeah, that's kind of like how I'm feeling about the next couple of months. So this is my last year of my 20s, and me and the girls keep saying, because some of the girls are actually not 30 in our group this year, but some of the girls, like, we keep saying how we need to do something to celebrate our 30th, and we need to get it arranged now because we all get so busy, and everything kind of, so we don't really get to see each other as much as we want to. But yeah, so that's going to be a really exciting year, obviously with the house and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would just say I'm currently like very happy in life generally. I'm really like going through the newlywed stage with Ross. Yeah, obviously we've had a couple of years that have been really awful, which I think actually makes me appreciate the good even more. I'm very aware that like what other people go through, yeah, to enjoy the highs while they're high. Yeah, that's probably what I'm trying to go for at the moment. But yeah, just super excited. We've also got a holiday booked, which has been in the works for a very, very long time, to celebrate Ross's mum's 60th birthday. So we are going to go on a holiday to Florida, which is super exciting. She's over the moon and cannot wait, and it's so lovely, and we're so excited to go through it with her for the first time. She's watching YouTube channels. She started buying all her clothes for it, so I think that's still going to be a really lovely thing that they can experience and like go through together. So yeah, that's coming up soon as well, which actually is gonna fly by. Whilst I was talking about aging, I've just zoomed you in a little bit, even though obviously it's very bright outside. It's very cloudy, but it's very bright. Since getting older, I don't know if you can, I don't know if you want to be zoomed in this far anyway, but obviously, as I said, I'm nearing my 30s, and I've definitely noticed, first of all, I find it, you know, as I said, a little bit more difficult to lose weight as I'm getting a little bit older. I felt like when I lost like a lot of weight before, I was a lot younger, and I don't know, I feel like looking back, it just feels like it happened a lot easier than it does now. But also I'm getting a lot more fine lines like round my eyes. I'm really noticing, you can really see here. There is a procedure called trout, I'm probably not even going to say it right, trout filler, trough filler, I think it's called, which I was actually talking to my nail lady about the other day. But I'm not, you know, the biggest fan of injections, so the thought of having an injection in my eyeball kind of scares me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. So I haven't done it yet, but it's not to say that I won't in the future, because it is something that I'm quite aware of. And I saw this TikTok the other day that said how no one prepares you for how your skin is going to age, and like how you're going to deal with it when you look different in your 30s to how you did in your 20s. But I do think growing old is a gift, and growing yeah, having wrinkles and stuff is usually a sign that you've lived like a really happy life when you get to like later on in life and you've got like smile lines and stuff. I just think that's a lovely thing. So it's not all bad, but not completely off the topic of having it. Just I think maybe I'll wait just a little bit longer before I do commit to anything like that, because I think you have to keep it up, and I'm not the best at keeping things up. I don't know if I just have a bit of a personality that I get bored with things quite quickly, so I don't know if that's like going to be something that I would keep up, but yeah. So right, so this is how we're looking so far. And I'm going to take my foundation off of my lips because we don't do foundation lips anymore. That is not a trend. So I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to show you what I'm going to put on my lips actually. Also, I actually had a bit of a week of pampering this week. So I had a nail appointment on, what day was it? Wednesday, I think no, it was Tuesday. I had a nail appointment on Tuesday, and I have, I'm going to let it focus. Bit old school YouTube. I had, or you can see a bit of makeup on there, biabs done. This is my third set of biabs, and my nails were literally as long as acrylics by the time I went back. It had been 5 weeks since my last appointment, and they were so long. I was absolutely over the moon, and they hadn't chipped, they hadn't broken anything, and they lasted so well. So I've been going on a bit of a biab journey. So I had that done on Tuesday, and I found a really nice lady in Sick Up who I really like. I could not talk and do lip liner at the same time. Right, there we go. I've just used the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. This is the last of one that I've got in a set. I have got a new one, but it's new. I've used quite a lot of it. It is blunt, and I can't bother to sharpen it. And then I'm going to use Nivea Soft Rose on top. And I just think this is really nice for day to day, rather than a lipstick. But yes, I've been doing my biab nails since November now. I'm really impressed with it. Definitely going to keep it up. Love the way it makes my nails look. Love how long they've got. So I'm a big fan of that. Then on Wednesday, I went and had my eyelashes LVL'd. Usually I get my brows laminated, but I don't know if I'm just going for a period where I'm just like not really into having my brows laminated as much, which I say as I'm literally just about to put the Refire brow stuff on. But I think I just like them to stand out a little bit, but not necessarily super laminated anymore. I might change my mind. In the summer months I might go back to having more of a laminated brow, but I just kind of like them a little bit like messy, obviously once the glue has dried. So yeah, that is what, what's like my hair. So I've been doing having that done, had my eyebrows tinted and had a bit of a glam session. Then Thursday, I actually, not that you'll be able to see it, not that you'd even want to, but I actually had my 2 fillings done. And basically I drink a lot of Diet Coke, which I think is probably the root of all of my problems, but I had an examination in November and they said that I needed 2 fillings done straight away because they were really bad and they needed doing. And then I had 2 more that if I didn't get done would turn into more serious work. So I took the advice and I had 2 done, because he would only do 2 at a time because I think they were quite big ones. So I had 2 done before Christmas, and then I had 2 done on Thursday, and my whole mouth was so swollen. I actually thought this time round it was kind of a bit of a lesser job, but that actually wasn't what it turned out to be. When he started working on them, he found that actually there was a lot more decay, which I know isn't particularly nice to share, but a lot more decay in one of my teeth. So it was actually a bigger job than he thought it was going to be. So I actually ended up having 3 injections in my mouth, and you know that I don't like injections. And I was really brave, and my whole face and I couldn't swallow properly because I think it had gone down my throat and it was like numb, and I absolutely hated it. So I couldn't eat on Thursday night, which wasn't great. But then on Friday I started feeling better, and then obviously today I can fully open my mouth again. So that, I'm going to show you my makeup actually now before I carry on, but that is my makeup for today. Also I'm going to colour in my, whoa, there we go. I'm going to colour in my mole because it's not the brown colour that I would like it to be, so I have to colour it in to make it a little bit more of a thing. I'm not going to do it in the viewfinder because there we go. Right, so that's my little mole drawn in. Oh, the only thing I haven't done is mascara. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Push Up Lashes Mascara. As I said, I have already had my lashes LVL'd, so I don't massively need mascara, but I do think it like finishes it off. If you're a TikTok watcher, you would have seen that there's been quite a lot of controversy about mascaras and stuff at the moment. I love a mascara, but I do prefer not having mascara because I love touching my eyes. So that is why I can never keep having false eyelashes done, because I love washing my face with oil and cleansing balms, and I hate trying to avoid my eyes, and I love rubbing my eyes. So it just was never gonna work for me. But this mascara, obviously it looks really, really good because I've had my LVLs done. But I don't know what it's like without LVLs, so it's not something that I would recommend yet because I don't know what it would be like without it. But oh god, I definitely just got that all in my hair. But yeah, I don't have very long eyelashes. I've got dark eyelashes, but they're not very long. So when I have a little bit of a curl in them, I do feel a bit more put together, a bit nicer. Also, I did this on my bottom lashes the other day and it was really nice. I'm gonna take out my rollers that have been in my hair probably for about an hour, not very long. But I've actually, for Christmas, I got bought the Shark Air Wrap. Oh god, I messed that up. I got bought the Shark Air Wrap, which actually I'm really enjoying the hot brush to it. The hot brush feature, not so much the curler, because I actually curl my hair with my GHD curve, which I love for curling my hair. But and I also feel like, I was saying this to Ross, there is such a technique to the whole air wrap thing. I think, to my understanding, it's basically a blow dry tool rather than a curling tool. So you're not always going to get like really great long lasting curls because it's just basically a blow drying thing, I think. But yeah, I've still got a long way to go to like get my to get to a good standard with it, but so far I'm loving the hot brush of it. I think it actually like makes my hair look so lovely when I do it. But yeah, I just need to keep practicing. That is my finished get ready with me. I'm going to actually put all of my mess away that I've made. My hair's got a lot of volume because I actually used the Colourwell Razor Root, which again I'm still trying to get used to, but I've moved my fringe over today, so I've got a little bit of a aerial fringe going on. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to pop out with Ross for some dinner and to get some bits in blue water. But thank you for watching this video. I know it's been a long time, I'm very out of practice, but I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and hopefully I'll see you very soon for another video.